Hey guys, welcome to our review of Kamen Rider Zero One, episode, the latest one. It'll be right in the title. I don't think looking at it. Guys, we got done watching this episode a few days ago. I'm your host of Frozen Stratos. I didn't say my name yet. These guys are...
Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
We're going with this. We watched this episode a few days ago. We're a little late. Couldn't get Michael. He's a hard man to track down, but we got him now. And we're here to talk about a fireman that y'all don't like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought, I feel like coming out of a lot of Zero One episodes, I feel like it's good, or at least I feel like it should have been good right after, because I know that right after the watch along, I was like, oh yeah, that was nice. And then I saw the look on your guys' faces, and I'm like, I guess it wasn't. But like, I don't know, there were bits in there that I really enjoyed, so I kind of want to see you guys' perspective on this.
Like, I understand, like, at the end of the episode, like, usually it's a pretty good pretty decent episode. Like, I won't say like good, like it was like anything spectacular or anything, but one of the issues I have with like this arc is it can make it or break it within the first 5 minutes of the episode. And in this one, I hated the human gear. Like, I did not feel like that was like an appropriate matchup, like a fresh human gear versus like this experienced firefighter, or at least that's what it felt like to me, because I'm not sure if they explained it, because like Izu just kind of like grabs these like out of like thin air basically. It's not like we see them anywhere.
I think it was made even more strange because she doesn't grab them out of nowhere, because we got specifically the florist to go up against the
Flower Ranger,
and we got Smile to take on the
real
guy who
dude.
does things, like
I recall the Flower Ranger having to like program all of that information into her memory banks like ahead of time. I don't think she was necessarily a Flower Ranger to begin with. She might have just been a gardener or something like that.
Like, she had certain, like, a base level set of knowledge in that general vicinity, and it would be easier for her to take in, I'd say, more of that information, just because she can make those connections a little easier. And to what you're saying, it was very strange that this guy didn't seem at all like be able to like help correctly. It also didn't help that for some reason he was programmed to hop skippity jump when he was trying to run. I'm not
Why
quite
was
sure
this guy? It's like he was made to be unlikable. I don't know. We've had such good hits with I guess likable human gears in the past that have helped carry the episode, because man, have these been like episodic and not really getting us into what the plot is going. So it's helped that we've had good human gear, at least ones that we liked enough that when they died we were sad, But this one, man, I was not having it with this one, and like neither was the actual fireman. And I was feeling like, I mean, I said it multiple times during the watch along. Why are we not on the human side again? Like, why are we like? Sometimes I wonder, because it's just it doesn't feel like, especially. I really don't like that our protagonists, I guess, feelings just, they always feel naive and out of place. Like, he's putting all this trust into something that he doesn't know enough about, and then it fails, and then he's got to like, it ends up working out in the end, but every time I just feel like it's not good on him, the look, to just put his trust blindly in any human gear that he finds just because human gear.
I have 2 points on that. One, I think like I was sort of with the idea of using human gear for this dangerous profession, just because it would make sense to put those guys into that line of fire rather than actual people. So I understood that, and I sort of, as a technology, I wanted that to succeed and thrive in that setting.
It didn't
That's
really
where I
go there
was
though.
coming in with it, but they chose the absolute worst
Yeah.
human to make that possible. I do like I had a feeling that they do this thing where like, oh hey, he has to learn to save a life, which if you need to learn that, why are you sticking him specifically into the line of fire when someone else, or I don't know, programming human gear to do that? Um, but I don't know, like that's sort of where I was coming from with that. That's why I was sort of on that side, just because like I think that's a better use of that technology. I think that's a one of the better applications of that technology. You know,
Yeah,
to use a human gear instead of a person.
yeah. Like in a
Uh,
practical sense, like wouldn't you want the human gears to be as best as possible in that sort of
yeah,
situation?
yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess like having that human judgment was a key factor. They've shown in this episode, which is pretty
Mhm.
nice. But also, one thing I did like about the episode was that they made this a simulation, because
Yeah,
when they kind of
yeah.
like endangered real lives, it kind of got on my
Yeah.
nerves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like the control they had over the situation, they even had like the vice president kind of like play one of the victims. We had some AIMS members play the victims. Don't know how they got them to do it, because do they just have a lot of spare time or something? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like, well, we got Hirobi, or I guess they don't, but whatever. So that was pretty neat. But the second like the actual fire kind of like starts up, and we kind of see Zero, One, and Bowser just kind of like twiddle their thumbs, just like you can just henshin, use your ice form, freeze, do your little ice thing, and save your vice president and his
Have we
human
not
gear and his
seen
assistant. Like, why are you not
seriously?
doing anything?
Didn't Bill do that once? Like he went into a burning building and like used one of his power-ups to just like go save somebody or something.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
like
you say that, but all I can think of is that scene in Spider-Man where he tries to save the old lady that turns out to be the
Oh,
Green
the
Goblin.
Green Goblin. Oh
I
man.
don't know why that's the only thing coming to mind, but like when you say burning building, that's it. That's
that
all I got
scream
for you,
though.
man. Oh, yeah. I did have a second point attached to that. You said, I think you said something about like a public thing or like this something being made public or like it would look bad on your image or something.
Did I say
I
Either
didn't
that?
say
way,
anything right in this review.
oh well,
I
like
was just I don't know. I was just talking about how he was our protagonist just it feels like he's just trusting on a whim to whatever
Well,
human gear
you kind of have
is
to, because he's making
presented to
all
him.
of them.
well, wait, either way, like I don't know, whatever you said sparked like reminded me that Thouser live on TV ordered someone
Oh
to
yeah.
break a Humagear ostensibly and make it go berserk, and he had the audacity to go to this screaming woman who had a microphone for some reason
Oh
and
yeah.
say, this human gear is gonna not be well. Check it out. This is the product of the thing that this guy is doing. You sabotaged this on live television. I don't understand how this is supposed to help your image, and I hate you. And
Hey, you can't hack a human though, but you can hack human gear. Like, look at me, boom. Now
it
he's useless.
does it. Like, also, Yaiba really was hoping that she'd show any bit of hesitation, or there was hesitation, but like I thought she was going to show some agency. Like I had faith in her to make that happen.
We
And
mentioned it in the watch along, Corey. Like they banged. That's why.
like, that's one of the reasons I also hate this art. It's just like it's taking so long. Like, Yaiba
Yeah,
should have been like, her character should be like doing something, not just like
yeah.
kind of be put in this stasis. Like, we even have Fua doing stuff. It's not really that
It's
significant,
yeah.
like right now. Like, it's very as in like
I'm
the
he's
amount of stuff he's
main
doing.
bad guy.
What?
For what?
Fighting.
Oh, he's yeah, but
Yeah,
like
but, like, he's
even the
not
main
doing,
bad
like-
guy's not doing much right now. He's just standing around looking cool, talking to his other friend, like, "Hey, how's it going? I remember this gun. I'm not using it anymore, but I'm gonna wave it around a bit." Like that's it. We haven't. There's just nothing. We're like, "Oh yeah, Mitsubishi.net. Something's gonna happen. Just you wait." It's like
Sounded like you said Mitsubishi.net.
Mitsubishi.
Over to the car.
Uh,
I don't
yeah,
think
I mean, like, the quantity-wise, he's not, like, doing much, which is also kind of, like, infuriating. Because, like, yeah, you're probably, like, leaning into, like, the greater, plot of the series, probably leading into the next one. But, like, Bowser's just, like, sitting his fat ass down, like, he's super comfortable in the show. Just like, come on, move. Even when he, like, pretends like he's moving, he brings us back to, like, the status quo. And then they bring in this shit human gear that we don't really care for. Like, honestly, if Bowser did hack him, I wouldn't be, like, sad if he killed him. I would have been
Yeah.
like, you know what? You don't have to, like, slash him 0-1. Just let him be, you know?
I still really appreciate that he has that power now. And like again, we get to see the thing that I was talking about a few episodes ago, like a while ago, I feel like. In his confrontations, in these fights, he's not focused on beating up Bowser. That's not his main directive. He is going to neutralize the human gear. That's why he turned into the bear form that went well against the mammoth form. Like there was that same matchup that we saw before. And then he saved him. He's actually able to do that now. And I
Right.
just liked seeing him exercise that new ability.
But it's episode 26. I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what you can also do? Just kill him and reset him. Okay, like, I know, like, Arthur shouldn't do that because, like, that's totally against his character. But, like, I feel like we talked this point to death, though.
Yeah,
So,
let's see the comments or something.
Yeah, let's do. Guys, you talked about it, and we're gonna talk about it.
he's saying that it hasn't even pulled up the video yet, so he doesn't even know his comments yet.
That's right. No, there are comments. There are 3.
Okay.
I was just trying to move away from the other video I was on. We've got 2 comments from Double the Unknown. I appreciate that they tried to use a simulation for the competition instead of intentionally putting lives at risk for the sake of the competition the way they did in the court trial. Other than that, the rest of the episode was merely okay. Not a real fan of the lesson because it isn't really practical in a real emergency situation. I posted a rant about it in the RR Discord, but we'll save you from reading it here. Thank you. The fake out with Jin and Hirobi was obvious, considering Jin didn't put any bullets in the gun. And then he puts this next one in parentheses. This isn't a spoiler, even if it looks like it, so please consider reading it. No. Yeah, okay. Considering the fact that they keep alluding to the hooded figure as a mystery, I'm beginning to think the reveal in Project Bowser trailer is a fake out. Anyone who watched last week's episode when it aired in Japan would have seen the trailer, so they wouldn't really need to keep up with the whole charade unless the character they revealed isn't the current hooded figure.
I forgot Jin and Hirobi were in this episode.
Right. That's what
Like-
makes me upset that the plot's not going anywhere.
He whispered in his ear passionately and then laughed.
Yeah.
Closer than you think. Oh my god! Yuki Miyazaki coming in for the throat with paragraphs here. We've got, alright, after the multiple rewatch, dang, you went multiple times. I'll be able to make a less ranty opinion because the first time I watched it raw, I'm so done with this Bowser dumb competition arc. Fair.
Right?
Okay, this episode is below average, close to being the worst because of the continuation of the dumb arc. I'm just cannot stand the way they structured the episode plot about the firefighters and saving life. Like, come on, man, we know how it will end up. Why not just blitz through the arc in one episode. I'm already tired of this nonsense of way progressing the plot with two-parter. Ugh. And the message about saving life is poorly done. It kind of take me out of it. At least the vice president and his lackey make it a bit interesting, and that reporter really makes the scene more fun to watch.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, when she was like panicking over like everything, and then like once the danger's like actually imminent, she just kind of
I
calms
wasn't
down.
supposed to be here for this.
I would love it if field reporters from now on were the least qualified people alive. That would be the most entertaining.
Oh man.
We're here live from the water zone.
Hmm.
Oh man. That was.
Yeah. Then we get to Jin stuff, which much more better than seeing Thouserface. Although we moving their plot a little slow, hope they going to show more of him in the next episode because I see some Thouser beat up. Can't wait to see that. Jesus. About Yua in this episode, she felt more and more conflicted with Guy. Motive on how to take over hidden in this episode, and I have a theory about her. What makes her do this or so willing to follow Guy without any pushback on her is that maybe it has to do with her past on Zaya, or maybe her loved ones working with Zaya. Have some sort of a debt to pay. She acted this way, trying to repay something to Zaya. Maybe she just love with Guy. I hope it wasn't love interest because I hate that shit. At some point, she will snap and kill Guy if she kept holding her feelings and morale up like this. So yeah, overall, man, episode can't. Oh yeah, you have a.
Yeah,
what?
I feel like everyone's just having like their own personal theory about who's gonna kill Guy and how.
Also, I do not subscribe to the idea that they're a thing, mostly because I don't think that she would stoop to that level. Honestly, she
No,
has.
Okay,
Bro,
he's
she
definitely
has
screwing up her
already
character though.
compromised so many times. Mm-mm.
I don't know. I'm still pulling for her. I think she can. She can make a turnaround in the last half of this show. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, overall, pretty mad episode. Can't wait to be done with this dumb arc. Hopefully, it will be faster, so we can focus on more stuff with Metsubo.Jinrai.net and those weird hooded figures. Because if it just a Project 1000 exclusive, I'll be disappointed. All right, that was literally, I think, the longest comment you've written. But thank you so much for putting your thoughts in there. Yeah, if you want your thoughts read. Go ahead and put them in the watch-alongs. But for now, you can comment down below, tell us what you thought about our thoughts about your thoughts. And that's it. The episode's over. My brain is frazzled. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
Yep, see ya.
Later.
I can't wait to watch Hero Major now.
Yeah, right. Like going over like 0-1, it's like, Jesus, why is that so bad?
Yeah, well, how did this happen? It had so much promise before.
Like, okay, like Geo was